So just within that one insect, the soldier fly, for instance, there is a whole kind of like chemistry. So welcome back to my channel, guys, and today I'm just doing a little simple, I suppose we could call it a bug hunt experiment, really, just by looking under some of the debris. So let's have a little look under this piece of cork here. What do we have? A little isopod rolling underneath there. Can't see many springtails today, but they will be there under the soil. I can see it's rather full in there because every time I open the glass doors, bits keep falling out, so I'm constantly having to hoover the floor down below. So yeah, literally it's like rammed full. I can't fit anything else more in there now, really, plants wise, branches wise. It's pretty busy, but it's all good. So Mr. Jinx is over. If you look in the corner by that sort of tree den bark thing in the corner, I don't know if you can just see, the image is quite blurry. Mr. Jinx's head and his eyes are just open, probably by the sound of my voice. So that's where he sleeps on during the day at this time of the year. So over in the cool side. But having said that, it will be quite warm and toasty for him in there, because there will be a little bit of heat coming from the lighting above. Not so strong as from the basking light, but there will be a little bit of heat for him, so it will keep it quite warm for him. So yeah. What else can we look at? There's a few soldier flies emerging. So we've got one there. And what interests me is, so we look at a soldier fly. We see it as an insect. We see that it has wings, antennae, legs, tail, waist. But what are the organism's cells? Let's use the word cells. Make up that insect. Yeah. So cells have a nucleus, which is like the sort of controlling mechanism of the cell. Cells make up atoms, molecules. So just within that one insect, the soldier fly, for instance, there is a whole kind of like chemistry going on just by the observation, just by that living organism, alone. Yeah. And how do they all function? And how does that function within the environment? So it's sitting on a leaf there. And if we look at the leaf, that too is made up of hundreds of thousands of cells, and chemistry, which interact with the stems, the trunk of the small tree, the roots into the ground, and then they are also made up of cells which interact with the soil, and so it all, I keep going back to this, but it all kind of fits in together. Even the rocks, yeah? So we may look at them as just a rock, yeah? We see them as sort of colours grey, bluey, slightly goldeny colour. But they are made up of solids. And they too have chemical atoms. Physical forces. So, the laws of physics come into play with the formation of rocks and the gradual wear and tear of rocks by heat and by water. So there's a whole lot going on that we don't actually see with the human eye. And what we don't know is through the eyes of Mr. Jinx, what he actually sees and what he actually interprets from it. And the interactions, so which aid the kind of like cognitive development through enrichment. So which could link to his efficient hunting abilities. Yeah, so he when he's out hungry, he goes out and hunt. He catches everything himself. Within this busy environment, because he's adapted to his environment. So, yeah, it is. It's a very complex setup. Definitely is. But that's what's so fascinating about it, really. Okay. So, yeah, even just, this bark here. So this is like, it's got living things within it. For example, bacteria and fungi. Is that a little springtail or some sort of thing crawling there? Could be a springtail, or could be a little fungus gnat, maybe. But this decaying piece of bark, so underneath there'll be bits of life. There'll be a whole bunch of cells, millions of cells, just in that one kind of section. Yeah. Which are, although we don't see it, but they will be kind of like interacting through chemical reactions and physics. That when you look into the sciences side, there's going to be a whole lot more going on in there than just what we physically see with the human eye. The fans have just come on now, so they add a little bit of wind into the terrarium to help with the ventilation and mimic kind of wind. We have a spider's web. So there's a whole lot of biodiversity in here. So biodiversity is like the range of living things living in a community. So, yeah. Anyway, that is all for today, folks. Bye for now.